Welcome to US Business News. I'm your host, Tisha Powell. Today we're going to talk about the dark side to the US dollar and the dark side to that US digital dollar. As you know by now, America and the world is becoming cashless. After 2020, most people no longer use cash. What do we use? Digital wallets. If you don't have one, you're going to have one within a decade. So this might be one of the most important story news that you will hear. So with the US dollar declining, and now they're proposing a digital dollar, it's just a matter of time. America is going to roll it out by this year. What could be the dark side? Well, first of all, the dollar is dead. Inflation killed the US dollar. All that immigration border coming in, all that free money we've been giving out, finally, payday's here. America, the US dollar is now dying. How do we know this? In 2020, the American corporations, the hedge funds, the ones with the money, they ran from the US dollar and they bought houses, okay? Houses. Why would billionaires and millionaires form hedge funds to buy houses? Because the US dollar have been dying for a while and now it's officially dead. Inflation is at 9.1%. It's not coming out. Now we're going to a digital dollar, which means the inflation is guaranteed to last forever. Those are some of the dark sides to the digital dollar. What killed the US dollar? Immigration border, the money that was done, the stimulus. President Biden did $1.3 trillion and it wasn't needed. Even JP Morgan is saying the US dollar is dead. Even Janet Yellen, the US Treasury, is saying the US dollar is going to be weak. Now we're seeing signs of weakness and we're seeing alternates. What are the alternates? Digital currency, digital assets. People bought up Bitcoin, Shiba. They're investing in Coinbase with they're on Coinbase, 110 million users. Most our US citizens are on Coinbase buying up cryptocurrency. Why aren't they buying up the treasury or the bonds in America? Because they know the dollar is dead. Okay. What else is killing the dollar? The sanction against Russia. Now, Russia is having a war with Ukraine. And what does America do? We are going to sanction Russia. What do you think people are going to do now? Countries are running from the dollar. So it doesn't help. No one wants to do business, or not every country feels comfortable trading with America when we weaponize the US dollar to fight Russia in the war with Ukraine. So mismanagements over the years by big government, sanction against Russia. Even Janet Yellen said the sanction against Russia is going to hurt the US dollar. So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. We have a government that's out of control, and we have Americans feeling the pain of what's going on in this world, and it's really not fair. The next thing is that now that the SEC is suing Coinbase, by the way, if you know how I feel about that, Gary Gensler said that all cryptos are security, but yet still the United States government is making its own cryptocurrency. It's called the dark digital dollar. The digital dollar. I'm just showing you the dark side to it. So if you understand when Bitcoin came about to free us from government intervention. The Matthew 25 effect happens. Government controls money. Because government controls money, government manipulates money. Because government manipulates money, we are in an inflation and America is dying. Okay? China is going to beat us in our lifetime. Okay? How do we know China is going to beat us? Well, first of all, they work harder and longer than Americans. Have you seen the TikTok? It's a very superior app. Okay? And the Chinese, they're doing business with everybody, so they're getting a lot of different talents. We're not doing business in America with everybody, so we're missing out on talents. Now we're going to get ready to shut down crypto, so we're going to miss out on more innovation and innovation. Young people, if you learn something today, big government means more power, more abuse, and less power for the people, and less freedom. So the digital dollar is going to create no freedom for us. The government is going to centralize everything again. There are 130 countries now that they're proposing their own digital dollar. In fact, Bahamas already have a digital dollar going. So America is get ready for one. The SEC Coinbase lawsuit, that gave them PR. That's what it was about. It was never about Bitcoin got through. Bitcoin is legal. We already have a digital dollar, SEC, Gary Gensler. Why can't we use Bitcoin? Why do we have to go to a US digital dollar? That's useless. And also, you're going to find out that I like this, I like this, I like this, I like this. How is the government going to know this? Because the government's digital dollar will be attached directly to your bank account. Who wants the government in charge of them? You are going to lose freedom and privacy. Government isn't telling you this because they want more power. And not only that, 130 countries already proposing digital dollars. One country, Seychelles, said, which I agree with, that they wrote into their constitution there should always be cash, and we should write that into our constitution as well, because there's a lot of Christians that live in America and they're afraid of one currency. Okay, we are afraid of one currency because it can bring total regime. One person can be in charge of all of us on this earth, and if that happens, guess what happens? That person is going to abuse their power and they're going to hurt us. Okay, that is what's happening. This is why you need to rebel, or you need to fight back against that digital currency that's called the US dollar coming to us. It is going to take our freedom away. Like I said, the government is going to know that you're drinking soda in your house. And what's going to stop them from saying, you can't have another soda, you had one for the day? How do I know this? Remember what happened in Canada? Remember what happened to those Canadians? They were blocking the road. And guess what? The Prime Minister called their bank, and their bank shut their ATM cards off. So there is going to be no more protests in the United States because the government is going to control our money through the internet, and they're going to shut it off when they want to. What about people who are also falsely accused of a crime in the United States? They're going to shut that off as well. They're just going to shut the money off when they feel like. So if you think the US dollar is useless today, wait till you get the digital dollar. It's even more useless, and all it did was create more power and less freedom for us. Okay, young people, now you see what big government does. It's corrupt, it's big, it's awful, it's ugly. And okay, they're proposing to use, the United States government is proposing to use the digital dollar to send stimulus checks to us, to send food stamps to us, and to pay our bills. And in fact, the digital dollar, eventually the government will also be the bank. Have you ever dealt with government before? It is the worst customer service you can ever experience. I do not care what country you're from, it's always late on paying, never pay on time, don't know where your paperwork is, and all that stuff. Ladies and gentlemen, subscribe. Do not promote this digital dollar. 130 countries have it, and it's just a matter of time before it trickles into us. This is why you need to learn about digital dollar, because it's going to be electronic. We will no longer have any cash paper. That's what America is proposing. While they sue the SEC versus Coinbase, Gary Gensler will say in court that cryptocurrencies are illegal and cryptocurrencies are security. However, there's an alternate now. How convenient. What great PR, President Biden. What great PR, Gary Gensler. How convenient. You now are proposing your own US digital dollar. And guess what? They're cutting out the bank. Some people are saying that it's best to have an intermediate. Somehow the bank needs to be involved in this, because the bank is what's protecting us now from the government. So that might be the only factor that can help us to get along with the government and have this digital dollar, is for one bank, JP Morgan, Bank of America, whichever bank, all 4,800 banks in the United States, they become the intermediate between us and the government. Therefore, the government will not see that I'm buying layer chips, or that I drink soda, or that I eat Oreos. Why? Because then the government can cut me off if it feels these things are not good for me. It's about power And not to mention, you're going to lose your freedom. And now the government gets to rationalize the gas, the food, the home, what job you can have. This is a way to welcome socialism. That's all I'm telling people. And the US dollar, the digital dollar, will still not work where MasterCard doesn't work. The digital dollar will never be superior to cryptocurrency or Bitcoin. Why is that? Because the same inflated US paper dollar is becoming the inflated digital dollar. And that's another reason that we have to run also from the digital dollar, is because the government in the United States owes so much money that if they digital the dollar, they're going to tax us even more. So that's the problem. They're going to have access to everything: when you sleep, when you wake, where you work, how much gas you put into your car, and what food did you buy, how many times you have watched television, what you're watching on television, what church you attend, who are your best friends. Government was going to know everything about you. You fear AI? I fear the dark US. I'm Tisha Powell. Subscribe for more. We'll be back another time. Take care.